Alright, so when last we left off, the party was moving up on this farmhouse in this northern Mexico City village up in the mountains when they were sort of being surrounded kind of like by zombies, and they got hit by an RPG and have dealt with a couple Wesen crocodile people, hunters. They know that there's potentially the remnants of, not Spider Team, just normal Quantum Black Team Dragonfly is maybe inside. And so the party's all loaded up into the van with the exception of Jess and Edward, who are providing kind of sniper support from the trees. And everybody else is driven up to the farmhouse. Tori squashed some of them. The doctor blew up a big hole in the area, which also blew open the door of the farmhouse. And Graves has just jumped out and is sprinting towards the open door. Jess, you're providing sniper support. You get to go first.
Sorry, I was muted because my headphones don't actually mute. I'm going to go ahead and start by picking off any that are nearby. Can I get this one and this one in the same turn?
What kind of rifle do you have?
It is my semi-automatic. Wow, there's a lot of feedback. Yeah.
If it's semi-automatic, you can shoot twice. It'd be at, I believe, a -4 per shot. But if you're total attacking, then that reduces the first shot to a -1, and then a -4 on the second.
Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. So at a -1 for the first shot.
Yes. Okay.
And minus what for the second shot?
-4. Okay. Yeah, you shoot both of them to your rifle's silenced, right?
Correct.
So for everybody else, they probably don't even pick up the noise because of like the van smashing up against the wall there. Morthos, you're in the van. It kind of bumps and jostles as Tori drifts it over, squishing a bunch of zombies, and kind of thuds into the farmhouse. You're in the back. What do you do?
I'm going to get out of the truck. If I can. There's my token. Haha. Going to get out of the truck. And wait, what's my move? Dang it. Oh, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then move over here. And that will be all for right this moment.
Okay. Inside, nothing's happening. Zombies. Graves, I'm going to need you to make 2 defense rolls.
Alright.
First one is normal, second's at a -2.
Okay.
Look at that. Describe what happens. These are like torsos only. They're like crawling towards you and swipe.
Yeah, so he's sprinting into the door. These crawlers are coming towards him. They're swiping at him, and I think with his boots, he turns around and just like kicks their hands away, like just boots them.
Okay. Morthos, you also get to roll defense as these ones are crawling down towards you as well. Sorry, Beck, can you check on Lizzie? She's falling apart downstairs. towards Morthos. This one, like, as you try to, like, kick it away, same as Graves, this one, like, latches onto your boot and with the other hand kind of, like, rakes your ankle. So you take 2 points. And then the ones underneath the car kind of can't really get out super good. So that's kind of like all they're doing. Sarah Glover is going to kind of jump out of the car as well and shoot. She will total attack but semi-auto fire, so she gets a net +2 to shoot this one that's right in front of her. I don't have her character sheet open. Fox, if you can shoot at a +2.
Yep. They're semi-automatic.
This is defense, and this one has a -2 because Jess has shot this one once. Ooh, that's a very... Oh no, she's supposed to be shooting with her rifle. You can...
The carbine?
Yep.
Even better.
Okay, so that is going to almost kill it. Let's see if it actually does. Yep, that is point blank in the head and it just explodes it. It's dead. So next is Graves.
Yeah, with these little things crawling at his feet, he's just gonna go, fuck, and like jump backwards into the building. And he's gonna shout out, because I imagine his back is turned. He's just gonna shout out, looking at these zombies, if anyone's alive, you better say it right now.
We'll roll a perception.
Okay. As he's rolling this perception, as he's rolling this perception, I think this would probably be my action, but he's going to take out a syringe, like rifle in one of his pouches on his armor, and pull out a syringe that he was given by the doctor. And he's going to inject himself with it, which gives him, for this scene, the benefits of danger sense and calculated defense.
Okay.
Solid.
Doctor, what does he feel as he rushes, injects himself with this concoction?
Yeah, it would essentially be a lot like adrenaline. So, like, dilation of the eyes and, like, for more light and, like,
going beast mode?
Yeah.
Perfect. Do you have the... Actually, no, I can just pull it up for danger sense.
I put both of them in the QB chat.
Oh, perfect. Thank you. So that's your kind of drawing a thing and using it, I'll just say, is kind of one thing. So if you want to move, you can.
Does my perception notice?
Perception, yeah. You notice kind of huddled into the corner there on a makeshift stretcher is one man on the ground. No real like signs that he is QB, but kind of like if he's not Hispanic, he probably, or at least he doesn't look the same kind of as everybody in this local region. He might be of Mexican heritage, but he's not wearing the garments and stuff. And then next to him, kind of in a fetal position, kind of holding her head, is a woman. Which I don't remember if you saw photos of them or not, but they would fit the descriptions.
I think I was given photos. I know I was given names.
Yeah, I feel like... Yeah, you can assume with a 3 perception, it's easy enough to tell this is 2 members of Team Dragonfly.
Okay. Graves, seeing this, is just gonna say, shit, and he's gonna shout out the door to everyone else, we got live ones! And he's going to rush over there, he's gonna get here, and he's gonna rush over to the stretcher, and immediately begin looking over him, getting his gear ready, and then look at the woman and try and get something out of her, even if she's panicked, if I can do an empathy to try and calm her down, to get something out of her, tell me, what is this man's situation? What's wrong with him? What can I patch up? I'm here to help you.
Yeah, with the stim and then the move, that's kind of your turn.
Yeah.
As much as I want to give you the empathy, it would be an empathy roll to roll next. Maybe a persuasion or diplomacy, but you can see that she's very hysterical, frightened, uncontrollable, and as you reach to the stretcher, she screams a little bit, and you can see quivering. She's pointing a Glock 19 at you, and she does not seem to be. Not necessarily in her right mind, but completely panic-stricken.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Just a little thing I wanted to mention about the second part of the benefit of danger sense is that it says that you can, the game master can, sometimes the game master will make an empathy roll on your behalf to see if your character gets an unbidden premonition or a bad feeling about a situation. That you can just kind of, because it's essentially they're being super stimulated.
Yes. Okay, go ahead and roll that empathy. Good call.
The thing is, Tori is not on the initiative.
Okay.
And I was going to actually have Tori, when it got
Tori is on the initiative. He got a 6.
Is he?
It was rolled for earlier.
That's Jess.
Yeah.
No. She rolled for Tori earlier and got another 6.
Yeah, Tori's on there. I didn't roll for him, but he wouldn't actually have done anything.
There he is. Basically, Amber would have asked Tori to drive forward.
That's what he was planning on doing. Anyways.
Okay.
If you rolled a 6 at the beginning, it just wasn't on the token. I'll just change it now. Okay. He rolled really high. If he got a 6, can he get a 6?
He rolled a 6.
That's awesome.
No, his max is 7.
Cool. Okay, so yeah, Amber, you could have shouted that on. I guess you're about to go. But Dr. Desdemona.
So, the doc is gonna move 4 spaces out of the truck over here. Why is it wanting to? Oh, I need to hold Alt or something because it's not. So from here, I will burn a style point to say that while we were in the car, he reloaded Constance.
Sure.
Because, it just makes sense.
Yeah.
And then, he's gonna try to, clear out these ground ones right in front of us.
Okay.
With, I believe his last, usable one that he doesn't want to hang on to. So, I'll just flat roll it.
Okay. I don't
10 success.
believe there's any way they can withstand that, and it would be a high explosive. I think it's a 4x4 square.
My last one was one of those buckshot shotgun ones.
Okay.
And it was the only one I have left is the Latin round, and I don't plan on using that here. It would be a waste.
That's still pretty good. Okay, so yeah, you shoot the buckshot, and it just completely clears a path through them all.
He will then look over at Morthos and do the after you kind of joke, because he's not going to run, of course.
Before we move to the next initiative, I do need to go back to inside. Graves, you're kind of rushing up to the stretcher. With an 8 empathy, you can tell that Danica, any kind of awareness of her surroundings is completely gone. She's petrified, having been holding out with all these zombies outside trying to claw their way in, and with the door being blown open and hearing them, she's basically at like 0 sanity, and she's pointing the gun at you and about to shoot you. You have a premonition that there's about to be a pistol discharged in your immediate direction.
Understood.
Amber.
Let's see. 1, 2.
I'm not also like super concerned with exact spaces, so you can all
Okay.
kind of just move approximate. I might turn the grid off if it's even on.
Basically, Amber would essentially get up to the door if she's able to.
Move of 5. Yeah, you'd actually be like here unless you're double moving.
Double move's fine.
Yeah, so you'd be able to just go inside the room.
Okay. And double move would be an action, right?
That would be your turn. You can either double
Okay.
move or you can quadruple move. Both take your turn, and the quadruple move is like your penalty to defense. Edward, you are...
So basically, she'll be like get in and like see the situation.
I was gonna clear out some of the ones over here, but with the Buckstar taking them out, seems like the next most dangerous one would be one of these two.
Yeah, you
probably
can
the
see
best.
they're like trying to crawl out from under the van. This one's actually not even underneath the van. This is... There we go.
Quick question: would the tranquilizer be too heavy to have added to my gear that I have with me?
I'd have to roll your strength check to be able to carry the backpack around. If you're wanting to leave it in the van, though, it's no problem. It's just carrying it around, like, actually, like, equipped the whole time. It's kind of like a giant hiking backpack with the weight that it is. I don't think the tranquilizer, is it a gun or just the darts?
It's the gun.
What do you have that on?
She probably has like a holster for like gun on either side, one for tranquilizer gun, like either on either side or like on her vest for like quick drawing.
Okay.
And like her main weapon on her hip.
Let me think about it, and then Eric, go ahead and finish your turn.
Let's see this. You can, with the since it's set up and planned, can I have an aim, or since I'm now moving, he would probably aiming over here? Is this one not aimed at?
I'd say you could have a +2 because like the van squished a bunch and things are kind of moving. I'd say it's not so much like a steady +4, but you can have the +2, actually +3 because you've got the scope.
Okay, so he will slightly adjust his aim. He will breathe, and then he will aim at the last one that's not underneath the van, and the loud ringing of the. Oh, that's not a great roll.
I think it was already shot at by Jess though, so he's got his penalty, and with 5, that is enough to bring it down, make its body roll, and it just is hanging on. One more shot and it is down. Roll a perception check as well.
Perception. Two.
You know that there's like some of these zombies are coming in from of the vicinity, kind of near you. There's a couple at the bottom of the tree, but there's
Those guys were killed off.
these guys were killed.
They were chasing me before, and we all were standing there. They were.
Oh, okay. Yeah, my mistake. I didn't X them off.
I remember shooting at a couple of them with a revolver, at least.
Okay,
And,
then yeah, those are dead. But in the surrounding areas, there's still more zombies kind of trickling in from the area. So it's not
Okay.
like a clear map. There's more moving around.
I think the other I mean, other buildings? I mean, obviously the map only shows this, but is there like is there more to this village or other signs of what might be going on?
Yeah, there's a main village further up. There was also supposed to be like a cemetery or something where a lot of those things were originally coming from, and now it's just kind of they're everywhere. In the immediate vicinity, there's no other homesteads around. You'd have to kind of like walk up to the next, not town, but like up this road, there'd be like another farm, and then down this road there'd be another farm. But they're not like side by side or anything. It's up the road.
Okay.
Jess. And you're muted. Perhaps Tori will go. I realized also I forgot to roll for Abel, who is inside the van. But Tori's just gonna drive up here. Beck, are you talking?
Hi, I was talking. Yeah, Tori would have tried to swing the car around to hit as many of them as he could.
Swing where? You want to just move the...
So he would swing the car to where the front of the car would be here and the rear of the car would be here. Like do a fishtail.
Okay. So you want it to basically go like this?
Yeah, that would be enough, if at all possible. Yeah.
Okay, and then Abel will just go on his turn. He is going to full auto machine gun into just everything on the ground here, which is pretty much squished. I'm not going to really have these zombies be active, but Abel just like AK-47 machine guns into the ground, or all the bodies are. And then yeah, Jess's turn.
Jess is gonna shoot at this zombie here. Also, I didn't add a +1 to my last shot with the scope. Is that factored in, or do I need to?
No, you have to manually add that if you have it.
I didn't factor it in last time, so that last shot would have been at a +1.
Okay. Are you shooting the one right behind?
Actually, I just realized there's a lot more zombies in there. I zoomed out. Okay, can I change what I did?
What were you shooting at?
I was wanting to shoot at this one and then this one. I didn't see this one down below just because my screen cut off right there.
Okay, so you're trying to like shoot twice type of a thing?
Yeah.
Okay,
Does that call for a reroll?
you'd have to reroll, yeah, because you'd be at a -1, -4.
Well, it would be at a 0 and then -3 because of the scope, but yeah.
Okay, so yeah, just reroll.
First shot, the one closer to me. Second shot, the one further away. And minus... There we go.
Okay, first shot's a kill. Second shot is not a kill.
I don't think it would be.
Okay, Morthos.
I'm gonna shoot this one over here.
Okay.
And do. Okay, I think that's...
You should have two options. Did you roll the...
I do have two options. I just clicked the first one.
Yeah, so you should be shooting with the second, because this would be considered a vulnerable target for it.
Okay. I did it again. With the right one.
Okay, perfect. So that You shoot it with this golden long-slided Glock, and it just immediately disintegrates as the bullet passes through its torso. And it just vaporizes it. It dies.
Nice. And then I will just kind of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll go over this way. See if I can help in here. And that'll be all.
Danica is still shrieking and thinking Graves is like a zombie. Is going to shoot at you. Which is... should have... Alright, roll defense if you will, Graves.
Okay, I'm gonna need a little help here doing my proper defense because calculated defense lets me use my intelligence instead.
Okay. So for the ooh, that's good. So your
What are my numbers?
defense should be at a +2. Because
Endanger sense means that, like, it's always full defense. So it's always, like, whatever it is, like, body plus intelligence or whatever.
yeah, so you're not being surprised or ambushed, though. If anything, actually, she needs to get a +1 from being point blank, but she's at, like, 0 sanity, so she would just be whatever she rolled. So you get a +2 from the differential, and then if you want, you can use any style points.
I will use a singular style point for a +3.
Okay. So she shoots at you point blank. How do you get out of the way? The gun does discharge, but free to take it away from there.
I'm imagining like he sees the gun and he's like looking over the stretcher, and then he looks over, sees the gun, and he like goes to reach for it, but seeing that he's not going to make it in time, he just, despite it being like basically right up against his chest, he just kind of turns out of the way a little bit, so that even if it does hit him, at most it's just going to like blow off a piece of his side armor instead of actually sinking into his stomach.
Mm-hmm. Perfect. So you've got a combat vest, right? That's full plate. So the armor within your plate carrier, it takes the round. Luckily, it's just a 9mm. The bullet like fragments and splits inside the armor plate, but it doesn't penetrate. You just feel the thud, but it's not. You're okay. Like you can tell, there's been no punctures. You just got shot point blank, and you're good.
And there's probably a very loud "fuck" from inside the room.
So Amber and Morthos, you very clearly hear that. That's all she's doing on her turn. She's still shaking. There's one more zombie close enough to engage. Sarah can roll defense, please. Probably gonna be A-okay. Yeah, she sidesteps away from the claw, same kind of way that Graves did at that front entrance. She will just shoot it. If you can roll another semi-automatic... Actually, no, she will step back so she doesn't have a penalty. And then she will shoot. I don't think I can lose against that. Okay, Graves.
Graves just taking a bullet to his armor. But he's still a medic. He knows how to deal with shaken people. He's going to drop to a knee so that they're face to face, and he's going to lower his own pistol, which he previously had out. And he's going to look at her, and he's going to like slowly put his hands up and begin putting a hand towards the pistol and saying things like, "Listen, we're here to help. We are dealing with the situation. I need to know, if you're hurt, how can I help you? What is wrong with him? He looks in a bad shape. We are here to help. Lower the pistol. We're not here to hurt you. We are reinforcements. You contacted us. You contacted me. I'm here to help you.
Okay. Roll an empathy.
Okay. Is there any synergies from persuasion diplomacy, like trying to persuade her that we're not here to kill you?
Yes, you can. You can have a synergy with that. I'm rolling her sanity versus yours, so her sanity is kind of like her defense to be able to break out of it. So you have to beat what she rolls.
Okay. I am gonna put 2 style points into this as well.
Okay.
So that is a +4.
Okay. Her hands are like shaking, and as you kind of are steadying it over, she seems to like become a little bit more aware of what's going on, and you kind of take the gun and it just falls free from her hands. You can either hold it or just let it drop on the floor.
I'm gonna grab the pistol and just throw it into my own holster.
Okay. And she's just like, I'm sorry, and she seems to be like falling apart still. But she's no longer at like 0.
Seeing that she's a bit more calmed down, I'm just gonna like try and hands on shoulders and just say, listen, we are here to help. Just stay here. I'm gonna tend to your friend here.
Okay. Yeah, she's stable emotionally as much as she can be.
And then Graves will just, if that's his turn, Graves will just spend the rest of it, getting ready his first aid kits and pulling out his gloves and everything.
Okay, sure. Dr. Desdemona.
Real quick, had he not done that, when it got to my turn, I would have, held my action to shoot the gun in her hands if she went to try to shoot him again.
I guess it's just barely, well, actually barely 6 sanity difference, so Graves did good.
So, okay, I hate when that happens. This map is messing me all up.
didn't I turn the grid off?
I don't know.
Yes, you did. At least visually. I mean, there's still grid on the image, but
that's what the problem is.
Yeah.
I mean, at this point, you guys cleared all the immediate area zombies, so if you want to just kind of freeform move a little bit, I'll keep the initiative just to see like turn by turn who's going.
Yeah, I'm gonna just take the action to move faster, but for RP mechanics, I am not running. You do not see me just run. That did not just happen.
Okay. Amber.
So, interesting question. Can the neuralizer be used to wipe away traumatic memories to regain sanity?
You can try. The neuralizer has, again, you have, I don't know if everyone can see this if I open it to show players, but this is your handout for it.
Alright, so Amber will slowly approach and ask Graves if she can try something and tell him about the device she has in wipe memories and her hopes to use it to wipe some of the trauma away.
So I need to know exactly what you say, because Danica's basically at 1 sanity, so she's not gone anymore. So what do you tell Graves if you go?
Basically, this device can erase memories. I can try to use it to remove some of the trauma to help her with regaining some solitude of her mind.
Graves.
Both of you roll
Oh.
empathy first.
Okay. Here's my empathy. Oh wow, that's really bad for Graves. That's the worst empathy he's rolled.
Okay.
Graves would. Yeah, Graves would tell you no. You know, they are QB agents. They need to. We're here to help them, and they are here. They need to report back in full detail to be debriefed at headquarters. Graves will. If you tell him this alters minds, Graves is shutting that down.
Fair enough.
Yeah, with Amber, with the 3, you can see kind of a fierce, like, challenging look in Danica's eyes. Though now she's no longer has her pistol. She looks very resistant to the idea of anything fucking with her mind.
I mean, that is fair. It was basically a thought to assist. If Danica is like, if she sees us, she would like kind of give that like not understanding nod and tell her, and ask Danica if she thinks she can walk, and get her to the vehicle.
She will respond, I think, on her turn. Edward.
We're not gonna have any trouble driving out with these things in the back, are we?
If you go back the same way that you came, the road is clear enough. Like, the RPG didn't like make a giant pothole or anything. Tori's been able to drive over these things without too much of a problem, so probably, yeah, the roadways will be fine.
I want to start making my way towards the others. I have a movement of 7, right? So I can move over here in a single movement.
Yeah, and you can quadruple move if you're like flat out running. You just have a penalty on your defense if you're attacked.
He'll move over here and then do a pop shot at this one as he's heading
Nice.
up. Because now that it's clear, he hasn't gotten a trophy from this mission yet. He's thinking an alligator head would go very well with his bat head.
Okay, stop. Wait. I forgot you had that.
A new alligator handbag, huh?
No, he's got the head of a werebat type creature.
Oh, I know.
So
I know all about that game.
yeah.
You know, I think they would make a fine pair of shoes. I'm just saying.
So
I'm
we
just
will
saying.
take.
Yeah, why
start
waste such
there with the
good
laser sight.
leather, right?
A briefcase, definitely shoes.
Ooh. Wow. I forgot how crazy you are. That's awesome.
It's an L6 weapon, and he's
Yeah.
got pretty high ranks in it.
Okay, this is a one-shot, one-kill. How do you take it out? It's a walker.
So he goes over there. He sees the thing around the tree. He raises the gun up. Then as he's trained, it's like he breathes and kind of goes to the zone and right through the spinal cord in the head would have separated the brain.
Yeah, instant drop. I'm giving you a stat point for that shot because that's a one-hit kill and he rolled 5 defense. So that's a double stat point in your turn. So let's move in attack though. Jess.
Jess is reloading her character sheet because I was distracted by music and I didn't see it needed to be reloaded.
Is Jess literally listening to music in the game? Like she turned off her headset. She's just listening to Spotify.
Maybe. As she eats bugles, yes. This is a thing. No, she's gonna shoot the one she shot at before. And probably this one, just because it's a closer target to the other one. Yeah, hold on. Gun. Go. First shot, one closer to me. Second
It's
shot,
one hit kill. He rolled a
Nice.
0 defense, so he does not get his zombie ability. The other one takes 2 damage.
Well, I wish it had gone in reverse. That would have been great. But either way. Zombie dead is a zombie dead.
I think Tori is going to drive over to you because he wants to shout out the window. Jess, I think we should get ready to go. You want to jump in?
Is the roof
It's a flat roof van.
have a roof rack?
If you burn a style point.
I'm just wondering if there's something to hold on while we're going down the road. I'll hop on the roof for now because I'm in a tree. Do I
You know
need to
what?
roll
I will
anything
pay
for
that style point for a roof rack, since I'm the one that got the car.
Cool. Yeah, he's going to try to drive really close, like scraping the bottom of the branches.
So
I'll
yeah, it
just,
does have that nice roof rack.
I'll hop on the roof.
Abel will reload his AK.
Do I need to roll anything for getting down from a tree?
It'd be your next turn.
Oh, true. Yeah. Okay.
Morthos. Inside, you're witnessing this exchange between Graves and Amber. The doctor just kind of like breezed through with his cloak billowing behind.
He's kind of just at the moment standing there awkwardly because he doesn't really know how he can help. He might be kind of like keeping an eye out through the doorway, make sure no more zombies shamble over this way.
Okay. In your mind, as you're kind of stepping aside from the doorway, the doctor passes you. You hear the voice in your head kind of echo in from, as if it's from like far away, like behind like a fish tank underwater or something like that. It's like an echoey, blurry voice of Amos. Morthos, are you alright? And you can respond.
Okay. I guess I'm weird when it's like, oh, you hear this like in your head. I'm like, do I respond by thinking it?
It's up to you.
I just
Or
imagine. Did you guys
if you
hear
want to
that?
know how it works, you can roll supernatural lore. But if you want to just like respond either way, I can tell you what happens.
I'm gonna go with my instinct. He's just gonna think his response. And he's gonna be like, I'm okay. Where are you?
Morthos, don't get injured. You have to meet me at Guatemala. You have to come find me. Morthos, I need your help. Don't get injured. And then it's like the bubble pops almost.
Oh.
That's a little suspicious.
Also a bit late for that.
Yeah. just quite a bit. Morthos, who is legally dead, like what, 10 minutes ago?
Yeah, in-game less.
Yeah. Oh well, hope it wasn't that important that I didn't get injured.
Nose lock optional. Sweet.
Yeah, if that's your turn, then Danica is going to kind of move over to where the stretcher is and point down at the, I'll call it the body. He's comatose, but you can see that his like entire left knee is like blown out and completely shattered. It's like been sort of bandaged a little bit loosely, but they didn't really have a quality medic. And she's like, you have to help me get him out of here.
That's the plan.
We sent gosh, what was his name?
Jorge?
Yeah, we sent Jorge back to you were sent to help us.
Mm-hmm.
With the reinforcements.
I'm-
Yes.
She's gonna touch Graves' shoulder. I'm so sorry. Help me get him out of here. Do you have a vehicle? Do you have transportation? There's so many fucking zombies.
We have a van. It's outside. Let me just give him a quick look over. I'm a medic. I was sent here to help.
She'll back up. This last zombie, which I forgot about. Sarah's gonna just run up here and ignore it. Yeah, she'll take a shot at it because she can. Go ahead and roll one more attack for me.
Okay.
And then Graves, it's your turn.
Okay. Yeah, seeing that. So, is he like missing his knee?
No, his leg is still attached, but the kneecap is gone. He got shot in the knee. You can roll a medicine or physiology check if you have that.
Yeah, I will roll.
This would not be to
medicine.
heal, it'd be to like read.
Yeah.
it. You could also roll a firearms check. If you have synergy from any of those, you can add it.
I do have firearms. Do you want firearms rifle? Do you want firearms pistol? They're both the same.
It would be the same. It doesn't matter. It would be a synergy bonus based off of your highest.
So I will roll. Yeah, I'll roll my medicine plus my firearms to give it a look over, like taking off the bandage. Looking how bad the situation really is.
Yeah.
6.
Yeah. You can tell that he got shot in the knee with a very high caliber weapon, probably either a 308 or maybe even a 30-06, something big and heavy. But yeah, he got
big
shot.
and heavy, but not heavy machine gun like what Amber got riddled with.
No,
okay.
No. This is like if Edward shot him.
Oh my God! His knee is gone.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, like it's for the medicine portion of it, he will need to be amputated. He can't walk with it, and with the way the wound is, it needs to be surgically treated. It's not gonna he's not gonna bleed. Like they've been able to sort of stop the bleeding a little bit. There's a tourniquet above the knee at least.
Mm-hmm.
But so you could transport him rather than try to turn this into a field surgery.
Yeah.
He's not going to be able to walk. He needs to be moved.
Okay.
To stretcher.
I still have my gloves on. I still have my kit out. Can I at least do a, I'm not first aiding to save the knee, but can I do a first aid to go over their bandages, unwrap their bandages, retreating it with fresher bandages,
Yes.
and if possible, because I imagine Graves probably would have it on him in the first aid kit. Definitely, I know he's unconscious, but on the odd chance that he wakes up, I want him feeling good, so I'll pull out some of that, good juice, that morphine, to make him feel even better.
Okay. Go ahead.
So if that's a medicine with the first aid kit, 6 again.
Okay. He's been removed from the danger of it. However, he is not. He's not conscious, and he still has a custom flaw of needs to have his leg removed.
And I will,
Missing kneecap.
after I inject him and I rewrap the wounds, I'll look at Danica, give a nod, and grab one end of the stretcher.
Okay. Dr. Desdemona.
And actually, if I can real quick, I would look at everyone in the room and say, he's out cold. I redid his bandages. We're going to have to move him on our own. He ain't keeping that leg.
I was thinking about trying to maybe make a splint or something for him, but more importantly, I think the doc would try and do a medicine check on Morthos.
Okay.
Synergy from physiology. So +2. 6.
Leave for Morthos. You are back to full.
Yay!
For the doc, anything else you'd like to do?
Yeah. Noticing that Graves has that kind of situated, he'll kind of like move over, like 15 feet ish. Let's see, where's that at? Beep, 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 beep. That's good enough. Oh, it was perfect. Excellent. So he'll move this way and kind of look over here. Can I roll a perception to see like what's over here?
Sure.
I have style points, so I'll throw 2 in. Because why not? 5.
Okay. You can see inside this room is some of the, like the farmhouse supplies and stuff. There is a body in there, which I should probably jump to my notes really quick.
And right, so I have a perception of 8, so like I got a good look at those 2 when I came in, right? Like
Yeah.
I recognize their file, right?
Yeah, you can see those.
Okay.
Inside, you can see there is another dead body. It's Helena. She is been shot through the, not the neck, but underneath, like central chest, just under the neck. Very high caliber sniper rifle, probably as well. She was the team's occult expert, and she has like her gear kind of laid down next to her little satchel, and she's not a tall girl, but she's dead.
Alright.
There is no sign of their team lead, Hobbs, in this room. It's just
Okay.
they put her in there.
I will look over at Morthos and be like, hey Morthos, you might want to come check some of this out. There's a body though. Like he'll actually give the warning.
And pretty much at this point, I'm just taking us out of initiative.
Okay.
So Graves, you're wanting to try to use the stretcher. Danica
Yeah.
doesn't seem like super like moving to jump in there. She's like looking at Edwin sadly, still kind of very, very, very shaken.
I would try and snap her out of it and say, if you want your friend to live, grab the other end of the stretcher and help me take it to our vehicle.
Okay. Roll a road.
Amber would check out this door over here real quick.
Okay. Shoot. Okay, sure. Graves, roll a diplomacy check really quick.
Diplomacy, okay. I'll put a style point.
I'd say you can have synergy with your empathy just because you've been building a combat relationship with her.
And that always use the highest, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or is that...
You use the highest and then +2 on the synergetic roll.
Okay, so that would be my empathy, +2, +3 from the... +1 from the style point.
Okay, yeah. She nods and grabs the stretcher. Really quick, I want to see what happens with Edward. So Edward, you get to the base of that tree. You see that dead hunter. Which
should have. I remember I hit him pretty well. Then just before he fired, Jess took him, finished him off.
Yep.
So, I've got a machete. He's gonna be I can take the whole body, but he's gonna need to want the head.
Okay, yeah. So you don't have to necessarily roll for that. You can harvest what you wish from it. Jess is getting a style point for something in chat. That was hilarious. After you get your your souvenir, where does Edward want to go? Just jump in the van, or?
He's not a doctor, and he's but they should have the situation handled.
Yeah, and you can tell there's zombies moving in. You probably still have a couple minutes before they get too worrisome. Maybe
There are
a couple minutes is
tracks.
too-
I'm assuming there are tracks everywhere, and there's no way to really kind of pinpoint where they're coming from when there's just swarms of them.
If you want to get on the top of the car, I'd help you get up, and we can just snipe them from the roof of the car.
Yeah. If you want to roll a survival check to try to see about all these, you could. It'd be tracking.
Good chance there's gonna be too many footprints, but he would at least look around before getting on the top with Jess. Okay. Tracking. Okay, here we go.
You see definitely all the tracks all over, but you kind of also see a spot where possibly a zombie had just erupted up from the ground, being pulled free from the soil, as if previously being dead in the ground, as some magic has pulled it back to life.
That is interesting. They didn't just walk here. Oh, and these crocodile people must have walked in here. Would they have unique tracks?
Yeah, they're wearing boots. When you're getting up close to them, there's almost a false visage of them being human, even in death, that fake image of them. But as soon as you get there, you can still tell it's a Wesen's the crocodile person. These people have not tried to conceal their identities. But yeah, you can tell based off of the boots that they all came from the north end.
Okay.
So coming up from through that field.
This is probably all this is probably longer than one turn, but after that he would get on top with Jess.
Okay. Yeah, I would like to get this all wrapped up. So if you're getting down there too, onto the van, and then Tori would end up driving it back towards. And I presume in the interim, you guys are providing loose fire to keep the zombies away.
Yeah, absolutely.
So everyone can deduct one magazine. Sarah is on her last magazine, and so she's going to try to conserve the last half that she has if you guys are providing cover fire. Back inside.
Hey, quick point, Adrian. As I am on the roof, can I be on Tori's, the driver's side of the roof?
Sure.
And ask Tori to hand me up a new mag.
You'll fork it up over the through the driver's side.
Yeah. Seriously, I just reach my hand in and he can hand it up to me. In between his driving.
Okay. So back into the farmhouse. Amber, you're opening that door?
Yes.
Okay.
And she's got weapon at the ready as well.
Roll defense.
Defense.
That's incredibly lucky. That's not right. It's not right. Hold on. The sniper rifle wasn't added up. I need to reroll that.
A character also loses active defense rating when surprised or ambushed, if that means anything.
That's scary. Because it has a +4 aim and a total attack, which is +7. You might want to do 2 for 1 to mitigate damage. Oh snap! You're gonna survive, even if you take the hit.
Yep. Basically, using the door for cover lately.
Yeah, you
Probably.
kick the door open, kind of rifle up, and immediately, like, the door shatters, like, as it's opening. The entire, like, probably a dinner plate size of the wood just explodes, and you get shrapnel all up in your right side of your face and, like, shoulder area. You take 1 point of damage as the sniper shoots through. This window is shattered, and he'd been aiming there at the door, knowing his target is somewhere inside. What do you do, Amber, immediately?
Basically, immediately, we'll dive to behind the wall and swear, saying we've got a sniper outside.
Okay. Graves and Danica and Edwin in between. Are you gonna move over?
Sniper shot goes off. Graves ducks his head, but he has a more important thing at the matter right now. If possible, I would begin moving towards the door.
So you move here?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
oh no, it crapped out on me. 1 second. You are able to make it. Another gunshot does not go off.
And the doc did ask for a body bag before in the chat. So as Graves is moving, you know, he's holding like when he gets in the middle of the room, he'll swap to hold the stretcher with all of his weight, you know, just like maybe like palm his hand under like Edwin's head just to stabilize it, and quickly reach into his pouch and throw a body bag or two towards, like, crumpled up body bag towards the dock.
Okay. Yeah,
we are moving.
You are able to get out.
Yeah.
Morthos and Doc.
Yeah, the doc's gonna take the body bags and gonna look at Morthos and be like, I don't know, like, if there's anything that's like occult or anything that this person might have that, you know, might be of use of you, but they're dead. It's not gonna be of use to them, so you might want to have a ponder before we bag them.
And with that, Morthos would look around, see if he finds anything of use.
Yeah, inside of the satchel, it's a very different vibe. Like, this other occultist has a grimoire, which you are able to collect. It's more of like a notebook-sized composition book, but inside is all hand-drawn notes, sketches, thoughts, diary, kind of. It's like a really big composition notebook. And you can add a grimoire to your character sheet. This would actually just bump up your grimoire by another rank, essentially.
Cool.
So it's safe to say Amber's gonna, like, make a break for, like...
You can. So you just dove for cover. The others kind of are running over. Your cell phone vibrates.
It vibrates?
Mm-hmm. It's up to you.
Amber's cell phone vibrates, you said?
Yes.
She's going to check it.
Okay, it's green.
Oh.
He's texted you. Do you still need extract? What are your coordinates? I think I might have something.
She texts back, yes. Danger close, sniper near farmhouse.
Okay.
And is it possible, like, do we have a signal where we can use maps?
Yeah, you've got cell coverage.
Okay, she's going to use Google Maps to send her location to green.
Okay, you do so. There's no follow-up shot. Yeah, so a round will go by. People in the van, what do you all do?
Adrian, during that, when she said sniper, as soon as, like, it wasn't my turn, so I didn't say anything, but I did want to do a perception roll to see if I could see where that's at and try to find them.
It's from the north. Do you want to try to jump up onto the farmhouse roof? It's like a angled thatched roof type thing.
Oh, if it's over there, I don't think I'd be able to see it then.
Not without getting around the farmhouse or onto the farmhouse.
No, it's probably best just to keep cover then. Okay, so it's not somewhere where I would actually be able to see him. Okay, never mind then. I'll just keep doing cover fire.
Okay.
Edward would be doing the same as that at that moment, looking around. But if it's from the north, he's not going to move.
Are you both watching the left and right wings from where your
Yeah,
eye slant
probably
allows?
For sure.
covering each half of the hemisphere.
Okay. Both of you roll perception.
I'm gonna use 1 style point just to make sure. 'Cause I did get an extra.
I think I will use 3 style points because I have a lot of style points. And I really needed to use them with that roll. And no. Did you use style points too? Okay, we used the same bullet, so it was confusing.
Those big, I imagine those big gold bullets that I can look around. That's kind of what his bullets look like.
Yeah. The shotgun versus the rifle versus the handgun. Anime music is definitely playing in my head right now.
Holy crap, I don't know how I somehow avoided that.
Is our Adrian alive?
Oh my goodness, I've been muted. No, I'm not alive. You guys see the 2 snipers. You see coming down from the hill, kind of just breaking over the top of the roof, and then descending is this other crocodile hunter.
We see that from this side of the building.
Yeah, because I've imagined this portion of the roof is lower, and then also of the hill coming down.
Oh yeah, we want to take a shot, just
Yeah, you both
or
can.
2,
You both.
or
can,
until he's dead.
Okay. We probably talk about which one we're taking.
Well, I think doing consecutive shots, first person take a shot, second person take a shot is a good idea. That way we just take the first out, then take the second out. Because you get stacked. So I'll take the first shot. If he's down, then you don't have to worry about it. If he isn't down, then you can shoot him.
If you're talking this much, I'm going to give him a bonus.
No! Okay, I'm shooting! Sorry. Shooting.
Man, where's my stuff?
I was going to use 2 style points, and then I realized that I have a scope, so I get a +1, so I only used 1 style point.
Okay. Yeah, so you wing him as he's like sliding down this incline.
Is there 1 or 2 of them?
There's one of them.
Oh, okay.
Oh, there's only one. Okay.
Yeah, that makes a difference.
Yeah, he's here. And actually, there's also zombies coming down that hill too.
And then immediately after she wounded him, it's a poor roll.
Ooh, that is close. So you both nick him, and he kind of like drops to the ground into a roll, but he, like a gator, jumps onto 4 legs and pops back up and slings his sniper rifle off of his shoulder. He's still up. Inside the... Actually, just exiting, I presume Graves, Danica, and Edwin are all going out, and Sarah will help with the stretcher, and you guys want to get in the van?
Yeah, I'm loading Edwin into the van with Danica.
So Abel is in the van between the other and the stretcher. Like you've got to fold down one of the middle chairs. The van's now full with the stretcher inside and then 4 passengers, except for Shotgun.
Lucky we're on the roof.
Which Sarah, she's just going to jump in on the side, hanging out from the side of the door, so she's not in. But
Yep.
yeah, she's going to switch to pistol.
I figured Doc is probably gonna take shotgun.
Okay. So Amber, you get a text back. There's no way I can get them there that quick. It's going to take at least 2 hours.
So text back, copy. Keep me posted.
I'll ask again in 5 minutes how things are going. Those are 2 separate texts because he doesn't want to come across as too rude. So Dr. Desdemona, Morthos, you've kind of cleaned up the area with the body, put her in the body bag. What else do you want to do?
Yeah, I imagine as like the doctor's like putting them in the body bag. I always imagine that he keeps like most everything in his inside coat pocket, but definitely his phone, so that like voice activation stuff can still happen. And like as he's like body bagging them, he's just gonna be like, reply mission control, status confirmed 00477 deceased, status update, and then like grab the body and ask Morthos if you want to help me drag this.
Okay.
Yes, I will help.
Okay. So you kind of get down. Amber, are you joining at this point?
Yes.
Okay. So you get out. There's gunfire as the 2 snipers on the roof are both shooting in the same general direction. Actually, there's one loud gun and one kind of muffled gun. Edwards is just mostly like blam, the big one. So the van is full. How do you want to do it?
So like Sarah, Amber is going to kind of hang on the other door.
Okay.
With her assault rifle.
I think you'd have to use a single weapon if you're holding on.
That's fine. She can use her handgun.
You can put the body in with right next to where Edward is on the stretcher. It's kind of long ways. That still leaves Morthos and Dr. Desdemona.
Doc is probably gonna be up front.
So the doc is gonna quickly, like for probably the first time ever, actually run. And he's gonna run over here to this wagon, and he's gonna see if maybe he can just like if there's a way he could just like strap it to the back of the van so that we could like throw the body in it and like, maybe some less important NPCs or something, and then like
Okay, I get ya.
have more room.
If Amber sees the doc going that way, I'm gonna roll I think it would be an intelligence for her to see if she gets what the doc is thinking.
A quick question: is the body in the body bag an alligator person?
Oh, it's a QB agent.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Would that be enough? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
So I was gonna say I really want a pair of alligator shoes, but it's fine. It's okay.
You could take the body of the one I decapitated.
Oh, it was close by. No, it's too much work. Sadness. Tori's driving. He can't do it either. We need a 3rd minion.
Oh my goodness, I've been muted. I'm sorry. The doc, you're going to need to help me get 3 style points on this map to convert that into a usable feature.
Amber's got him.
You get 3 style points? What do you mean by that? I'll throw in 2.
Yeah, yes, you're
And
between everybody. I need 3 style points to make
done.
that happen. Okay.
Because Amber will 100%.
Okay.
Because remember what I said she's got in her backpack.
Yep.
Yes. Jess is definitely too lazy to lend a style point. Sorry, guys.
Oh no, that's fine. Like,
Yeah, I got him. So it's usable. It's even got like a hitch that can be attached to like a trailer type vehicle. So the van has one. You just got to back it up or move
Someone
it.
had duct tape.
Amber's
Well, I imagine Tori's in the driver's seat, right? And he's like facing towards us at the moment.
Yeah,
Or he was.
he was. I'm
Yeah.
reading the map, but yeah, he was. He's,
He'll like kind of like point and like do the like hand signal thing that all drivers seem to understand of turn around and like back up to
Yeah.
this, you know?
Yeah. So
I just want to say that Graves is not putting Edwin in there. Graves is definitely staying in the van with
Okay.
himself and Danica.
who's going in the van? If the chair is down to allow for the stretcher, then that pretty much gives 2 seats in the back and 1 in the middle, and then the shotgun. I don't think this actually really matters that much, especially since my sniper guy is still here. He'll take 1 shot. No, he's not. You're not his targets. He's gonna move here.
is he in view?
He wouldn't as soon as he gets down to there. So before all this shuffling around would happen, Edward and Jess, you know he's just gone out of sight. What would you both do?
Sniper is MIA.
Could we stand up to take this shot to just get him inside enough to take that shot?
No,
Like-
not without moving. Like you'd have to get off the van and kind of go around the corner.
Can I roll either an empathy or perception to try to figure out what he's trying to do, where he's trying to go?
Yeah, he was running up to the wall of the building to get to cover.
Okay.
Like
I would
somewhere.
let the others know Sniper is MIA and just holding my action to if he makes himself known to reciprocate.
Yeah, pretty much. Between cover fire and keeping an eye out for that sniper, for sure. That's our largest threat.
Okay, so you're just keeping this area covered in case he emerges.
That area and the other side as well. I don't want him popping around on the other side either.
Okay. Tori's about to start moving the van. Are you staying on the van?
I'm staying on
Yeah.
top, yeah.
Yes.
All right, so you can all proceed. You can hook up the trailer, basically. You can put whoever you want.
Do you want me to do
in
the mechanical stuff?
It's basically, with 3 style points, it's just hooking it up with the ball
Mhm.
and trailer hitch. You would be probably the one to do it, because you're the one who's
Mhm.
really good with that, and Tori's not getting out of the van. So,
Yep. So
I
Amber
mean-
would definitely do that.
Yeah, I don't think you need to roll a mechanics check for it. It's fine. You got it.
I imagine we all just kind of like anyone like I imagine the dock at least helps, you know, because like moving the wagon and all that.
Yeah.
And then like he's gonna throw the body into the back of the wagon, and then like realizing that like he'll have the most like opportunity to smoke, he'll just like hop into the wagon himself and use the body bag as a pillow.
Okay.
Like,
Amber will
legacy.
also take up the back with the wagon.
Okay.
Because then she can use her assault rifle as needed, and she can also have quick access to her sniper rifle
Okay. What are you
if it's
gonna,
laying next to her.
What are you gonna have equipped?
She'll basically have the sniper rifle next to her in the back with the wagon, and hold on to her assault rifle.
Yeah, and there's like zombies are still like emerging from the tree lines and stuff. It's all hooked up and gonna go. So Tori's gonna flip around and like, where do we want to go?
The first response from Graves would be, we need to get this man to a hospital. We need to go back to the city.
And Doc
Anywhere
would
but
go over
here
the
is good.
comms and say that we still need to find their leader. Ask her what she knows.
Tori is going to step on it and start driving back the way that you guys came towards the plane.
As we're driving back, and I'm looking over Edwin, hearing the doc, I would look at Danica, And knowing their names, I would look at Danik and say, "Do you know where your previous leader is? Do you know where Hobbs is? I pray that we aren't leaving him behind. If you can tell us, maybe we can go back for him."
Hobbs was KIA. The zombies got him.
I would go over the comms to tell the doc, "KIA, the undead got him. His body's probably somewhere out there. My medical opinion, not worth turning back for."
Yeah, there's a couple bumps as Tori hits some zombies in the middle of the road, just keeps going. The trailer in the back is kind of a lot more bumpy and stuff. The dock is probably, I imagine, still smoking, carefree, and does Amber shoot anything?
Basically, if danger close, Amber would shoot at it. But otherwise, this is basically just another day for her with the bumpy road,
Okay.
having been military and all that.
So no shots fired as nothing's able to get enough chance to harm. Yeah. In the van, Abel is going to tap Graves on the shoulder. It's like, let me off before we hit the city.
Is he speaking in Spanish?
Yeah, in Spanish.
Graves will look back at him. Can I make an interesting empathy check? Can I look at him and just tell by his demeanor if me telling him sorry for your loss would be a welcome thing, or if it wouldn't help at all?
Sure. Roll empathy.
Okay. 4.
You gather that he's not a blood relative of the older man, Don Ramos, but he seems kind of sad about what happened, but you can tell he doesn't want to go back to the city more than anything else. It's not so much that the people died, so much as
he's probably wanted.
He don't want to go back to the city.
Yeah. So I would, I'd look at him in English. I'd tell Tori to stop us where we stopped originally, before we moved in closer.
Okay. Yeah.
And then I would look at Abel, and I would say, "We'll stop before the city. I'm sorry for your loss, but this just means that the previous deal I made will move on to you now. I am still a man of my word. I made a deal. I will keep it. When we pause before you leave," and Graves will look towards, the stack of cocaine, whatever's remaining, and say, "As I said, I'm still a man of my word," and this is all in Spanish. You'll say, "Take your pick of it. I will let you know that we have uncovered that this is laced, so I wouldn't recommend taking it yourself or selling it to anyone without getting it checked first, unless you don't want repeat customers."
He'll take it, kind of shove it inside of his cargo vest and just nod, and then he'll say in Spanish, "Find out who did this, who made all these zombies. Kill them for me." And he'll...
Is he the new Don?
He's gonna try to kind of tap Tori on the shoulder, pull over for a second, jump out, AK in one hand, cocaine in the other. He's gonna leave.
Before he does, as he hops out, Graves is going to do something interesting. Graves is going to walk up to him. As he hops out, he's going to offer his hand to shake.
He will shake it.
I am going to spend a style point for this. And inside of his hand, after he checks and the handshake is over, will be Graves' Quantum Black telephone number.
Okay.
And a piece of paper.
Okay. Very, very cool. He still takes his AK, the cocaine bag. He's gonna head off into the not so sunset.
Not so sunset. And
Tori will like green light go, take off again.
hospital.
Making his way back to Mexico City. I would like to take a quick pause. I kind of want to keep playing longer if everyone's cool, but I do want to take a quick
absolutely.
break. So we'll see. You all in
Amber
like
will
5.
text screen and update.
He will text back. Glad you made it, kid. This contract was a really hard one to get, so I didn't want to have to use that resource if I didn't have to. Alright, he's text stay safe, green. And then with that, I'm going to put us on a quick pause, and we'll be back in 5.
Woo.
Me over here still listening to anime and dancing.
But holy crap, that sniper rifle miss.
As a side note, I would not be on the roof when we're getting into the city, and I would probably join the dock in the back.
If there was room once we got into more regular roads, I could get off too. But if we were still in zombie territory and the place was crowded, he would be fine up there.
As they were heading back in towards the town, Amber would have been packing up the sniper rifle.
Oh, I'm so excited to be getting back to my plane. I have to just say that having a plane is super useful.
Oh yeah.
That's
Having to deal with airport security, yeah, not my favorite thing.
It's motivated me into inventing a teleporter. No, I'm kidding.
yeah. It sounds like getting like administration is actually a skill that people that would be good to get some ranks in if
Oh, absolutely.
that's what you need to get stuff.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I have-
Administration is a nice skill. I love administration.
You have gotten more than I think I would get. I have yet to actually buy any administration.
How
I
do you
don't-
do it then?
I just want to say, I'm sorry I'm cutting in here real quick, but I just want to say real quick, compared to Zigzag, it is so nice playing a character who's actually good at empathy and talking to people.
You know, it's a weird thing for us to have somebody who's like that.
Oh yeah.
Like, my lowest empathy roll has been a 2.
Yeah, I think ours would be 0s.
I actually have empathy.
I have 4. My rating is 4, but that's only because I have intelligence. But that's not fair. Like, it's not
Oh, yeah.
because
I've got
he's
5.
empathetic.
If empathy was not a 0 level skill, I would roll a 0 every time.
Got 5.
Now
in empathy.
imagine
Like-
if Zigzag was here trying to do empathy instead of Graves.
Or rating. Oh yeah. Yeah, I've got a rating of 5.
So it sounds like the
empathy.
faith is
Sam.
the one thing Team Corvidae doesn't have a really good one of.
No, we don't do human interaction. At least not with alive humans. Dead humans, they've got down pat.
And, well, now you guys... Well, he's technically not a face, but at least you guys have someone who can talk to people now in Graves.
So empathy is not a -2 skill?
No, it's not. It's a 0 level skill.
Oh,
It's-
okay.
So you don't have -2 if you have any intelligence. You just go straight to that's what your rating is. Computers, empathy. What are the other ones? Hey, Adrian. Athletics. Computer. Adrian, what are the 0 level skills? I think it's athletics, computer, drive, empathy.
Administration, acrobatics, and academics didn't seem to take it away automatically on my character sheet.
I don't think it takes it away automatically. I think you have to manually do it.
I mean, it took when I was setting this up, it took away some of those automatically.
Oh. See, I don't know. Don't listen to me.
If you guys look at the blank character sheets that are available, you'll see which ones are the 0 level.
But I think Adrian gave some other skills as a 0 level because he thought they would be.
Yeah. On these blank ones, it's stealth, empathy, drive, brawl, and athletics.
Okay.
Maybe they still.
He gave us computers as a free.
Yeah, those are it.
Okay, that's the one he gave us. Okay. I did have stealth down as a 0 level, but I had so many notes after my little marker that it was a 0 level skill that I didn't catch it.
Athletics, brawl. I guess I change that in my sheet because on the blank one, acrobatics are -2.
Should we clean up the car?
Just athletics. Acrobatics is a minus if you don't have levels in it.
Yeah, and then administration is is also and academics. For computers, he gave out for free. I mean, I'm not.
Yeah, he gave computers because I mean everyone uses a cell phone nowadays.
Except Diego. I don't think Diego should get that for a 0 level skill. So I am back. Is everyone more or less here? Or?
Adrian, was what you were laughing at in the Team Corvidae role playing group?
Yes.
Okay.
Doc is getting a style point for some mission control stuff. Amber, I think I already gave you a style point for surviving that insane shot. Graves, you spent all your style point. I'm gonna give you a style point for that last thing with giving him a bullet. I'm giving you a style point for giving him your phone number. That was cool. Jess, were you lazy recently?
Yes, she was.
Yeah, you said you were going to go to help or something.
Yeah, she wasn't going to help with the cart.
Also, on the way back, once Tori started driving, I did not shoot at all. I figured that it would be more effective for him to roll over any targets than for us to actually shoot them and waste a bullet.
Yeah.
Morthos, I'm giving you another style point because all the zombies, a lot of them were still being attracted to you. And Edward, I'm giving you style point for trophy hunting. So, you don't know this, Edward, but I like to imagine you're sitting kind of like next to Morthos. You're squished together because there's the stretcher on the seat next to you, which is folded down. Under Morthos's shirt, he's got this blood bag, and under your jacket, you've got this decapitated lizard crocodile head.
I don't know if it'd be like underneath his jacket, but like next to maybe on the seat next to him in the van. If he had a bag, he would stick it in one. Otherwise, this might be there sitting on this.
You guys, that's funny.
If Jess sees that, I will make a comment that if you're going on my plan, I expect that to be sealed so it doesn't stain my leather.
I think you got out and got in the trailer because you didn't want to be crowded.
Well, I'm on the trailer.
If it's just out in the open, Morthos would be like, do you want to put it in my backpack? There's already gross stuff in here anyways.
That's funny.
I think Jess would try to get in shotgun if we take a pit stop once we hit the city, because I think having somebody on the roof with a gun is probably not a good idea. I'd probably get shotgun.
Yeah, who was in shotgun before?
I don't think anybody
Was
took
it-
shotgun before.
Perfect.
I think that's-
So he'll
Oh.
kick Danica out then. Tori wants Jess to sit in the seat.
Thanks, mate. I'll have to bring that. One of my souvenirs out needed to bring home. Gotta pick up something in the city too.
So, you all make it back to Mexico City. What's the first stop?
First stop that I would want to make is the hospital, and as we're on the way, if possible, in the back, Graves will take out his phone and using his contact of just medical field, it's not specified, if he can make a phone call to the nearest, hospital to try and secure like an open bed for this guy.
Okay. Yeah. Roll administration +2.
It would probably not only be a bed, but a room for surgery shortly after.
Yeah. 4.
So he's like a maybe not a VP or something, but like a higher up official in like say the Red Cross or something. So he's able to give you the best location for like a surgery ward that you can go in and utilize under his humanitarian badge essentially. So you're able to get there. You can drop off the team member of Dragonfly. Do you want to kind of be with him throughout the thing, or
Or Graves?
for Graves?
Graves will be with him as far as seeing him past like the surgery doors. But he would once they're brought to the hospital, he would suggest Danica to wait with him and then once he's stable, you'll hear back from HQ.
Okay. Danica's fine to stay there. She will ask for her gun back.
He will take it out of his holster and give it back to her.
Okay. She'll put it into her own holster and apologize again for shooting you. And thank you for saving him. Thank you for
He'll
saving
nod his
me.
head. He'll nod his head and say, "It's just another day. Just keep yourself alive. Make sure he lives. Wait for word. Someone will reach you."
She's gonna nod and then go sit down at like the waiting bench, and she's stressed out and happy to sit down and not be surrounded by zombies.
And I think walking out of the hospital, Graves looking how he is, he probably unclips his combat helmet to like wipe his forehead as he steps out, and he reaches towards his holster, only to realize, fuck, he left his pistol and combat knife back in the village.
Oh no!
I didn't catch that, so I'm giving a stat point.
He put them both down to help Danica and Edwin, and he never picked them back up. I never specified it.
Yeah, that is true.
So
I'm gonna remove those from my sheet.
just
At that
just
point, Edward.
put an X by them just so you don't have to re-add them if you re-equip later on.
Whoopsies!
At some
You're-
point,
you're
Edward
fine.
would go.
So you go ahead, Edward.
At some point, Edward would go up to Graves and it's like, look, you're a bloke that seems to really know his onions. Got primary objective complete. Are we gonna go back?
Graves wipes his forehead of sweat and says, "Primary objective complete. We saved what remains of Dragonfly, but now we are in their hands." And he'll kind of nudge towards the doctor and
So-
the rest of the group.
In the meantime, the doc has been updating the statuses of the team, to his orders essentially. He would, as soon as they arrived at the hospital, he would update that agent is in that hospital to the mission control to get updated orders.
Mm-hmm.
But also, he would message Morthos and ask Morthos, since that we're closer to like his buddy or whatever, is his buddy telling him like where we're needing to go or whatever? Because the doctor at this point kind of feels like whatever these two events are, that they're pretty much probably linked. And so like, you know, getting a good pinpoint of exactly where we need to be right now so that we could like get there and get this handled, you know.
At this point, like Morthos would mention, you know, he did reach out to me earlier. Didn't really give me any specifics, except for the fact that he said I needed to not get hurt, which was kind of suspicious. But I think maybe if I focus, I can try to link with him and see if I can figure out where specifically we need to go.
As a side note, Jess is done with Mexico. Not that I think that everyone else is, but I was gonna get my plane ready. So I'm like messaging. I'm having either Tori go back to ready the plane, or I would be going back to ready the plane. Just because I don't feel like any of what we were supposed to do actually is here, and I feel like flying there is going to be faster than driving, just in general, even if we do end up driving.
Do you want to go to your plane with Tori?
Yeah, with the van, and I assume unload all of this stuff that is left over from the van into...
Amber and... at least Amber can go back and help. I don't know if Sarah would be going as well.
Well, Sarah's going to kind of corner you away before you can go to start helping with things, and she's like, Amber, are you alright? And she's going to start like checking where your neck is and with the shrapnel and dried blood at this point.
I text the doc and ask him if he wants remaining packages loaded into them.
Sarah doesn't have medicine, so she's just gonna make, you need to see a doctor for this. Go get Graves to check you over. Or you've got a doctor. Desdemona, he's a doctor. Go ask your team lead. You gotta get this fixed.
Trust me, I've been a lot worse.
I don't know how you pull yourself together after these types of things. I can't believe what's just happened. That's the most amount of undead I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, if you thought that was bad, imagine fighting a Shoggoth. Ugh. And she kind of just gives a shiver at that word. The name of the creature.
She just kind of shakes her head. I can't believe what we do. I can't even believe you're here. Here, let's get you seen to. And she's gonna drag you towards the closest doctor, which I think per token is actually Desdemona.
Okay.
Who's texting Morthos, who's a couple feet away.
That was about right.
So, yeah, I guess.
Wait. Are they expecting me to heal Amber?
Doctor, can you check her neck? She's wounded.
Oh yeah.
She's gonna
so the
pull
doc
Amber's head to the side to show this big shrapnel wound.
I just imagine the doc just mindlessly taking out the shrapnel and then seeing blood just squirting everywhere, being like, oops, and then start sewing it up real quick.
I feel like Amber would just kind of be rolling her eyes a little bit with her asking the doc specifically.
She's not part of Corvidae, really. She doesn't know the dynamic.
Yeah.
And actually,
just kind of occasionally with that little bit of pain probably from shrapnel being removed.
Yeah, he heals you. Doctor, also, as a bit of amber blood squirts on your cheek, roll sanity for me. No, sorry, not sanity. This would be a willpower.
I mean,
willpower? This is my favorite.
No.
You're fine. Yeah, you just... Oops, sorry. Wipe it away.
But on the inside, he's like...
Oh, you could use a juicy cheeseburger right
On
now.
the inside, he's thinking to himself, "Ooh, a snack for later."
You do get kind of this all of a sudden you feel hungry a little bit. You could go for a burger or a good juicy steak. Anyways, yeah, Amber, you're back to full. Anybody else actually wounded? It looks like Danika's not physically wounded. Emotionally, she's very drained. What do y'all want to do at this point? Jess and Tori have left.
Edward needs to find a souvenir for a teenage girl in Mexico. If before, at least before we leave. I don't know if we're leaving that or not.
I'm sorry, I totally was reading something and I completely missed what you said.
Before we leave Mexico, Edward needs to find a souvenir, a Mexican-looking souvenir for a teenage girl.
Yeah, you that would be an opportunity. You could do that with back at the airport.
There are some interesting souvenirs in Mexico, let me tell you.
I mean, we have some interesting. We have a case of interesting souvenirs in the back of the van, and teenagers are known to get wild.
So that's appropriate for a father to give to his daughter.
Oh, okay. Okay, so you don't want a bong. Got it.
I think if we're just waiting around, Graves is gonna find like a bench outside the hospital with sit down, place his combat helmet next to him, and just look over his combat vest to see if like the damage is severe, if the plate needs full replacing while waiting on orders.
No, a 9mm, one shot to it, it's still functional.
Okay. So yeah, he's just gonna sit down, wipe his forehead again of any sweat, and just sit there with his rifle slung over his chest, just waiting.
Yeah.
He's taking a much needed sit down.
Something, I imagine, like, we have, like, rope in Jess's plane, right?
Anything you guys would have put in there, we have.
Like, I imagine rope's very useful. I mean, we carry that with us, like spelunking gear just in case or something. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. I think we do, just because we do crazy stuff. But yeah.
Because the doc is equal parts paranoid and not 100% sure how this version of Undeath works, he's going to take some of the like rope or paraline or whatever we have and wrap it around the body bag and cinch it off pretty tight.
Cool. Here's a question. So Jess and Tori get back to the plane, kind of get it prepped and stuff. What is everybody wanting to like re-rendezvous after like fast forward a couple hours? Are you wanting to wait till Edwin's out of surgery? Are you wanting to try to like what was the
if the party has some downtime, Amber will take Sarah to do something to help regain sanity.
I mean, you guys got that never mind.
No, Amber's not. That's not Amber's style.
Okay. What kind of stuff do you want to do?
Does Jess's plane have an armory? Do we like have like gear that we keep in it or whatever?
I'm pretty sure it does. Just in Tori's section. An armory of clothes, gear, and
if everybody
weapons.
wants to spend a style point, you can have limited access to gear on the plane.
That is a style point I will spend.
Same for Amber. And I'm pretty sure, as long as Jess was okay with it, Amber would have put some gun racks and like locked stuff into the plane for storage.
Yeah, probably that bench has gear under it. That suitcase has a walk-in like gunnery room. Yeah.
Okay, so there is access to resupply on the plane within reason. I'm not gonna say you're gonna have like this isn't a safe house. Also, I still need to know what you're doing with Edwin and Danica. Are you just leaving them? Are you asking QB for orders?
Graves told Danica to wait on orders from Quantum Black.
Okay.
And I think Graves, if everyone's going to the airplane, Graves' immediate response and reaction upon entering it would probably be like shoulders slumped and like, thank God you have air conditioning.
This is probably the nicest plane you've ever seen. Not even up close, but like at all. Having been accustomed to military aircraft and stuff, those are one thing. This is like a luxurious plane.
And if we are on the plane, Graves will find himself a seat. I'm going to bring myself like right here.
Okay.
And he is going to begin. He's going to pull out his, what is it? Let me read it. He's going to pull out his QIC field tablet and begin writing something in it.
Okay. So Edward, you go shopping. Roll linguistics for me.
Oh, right. Linguistics is L. Okay, there we go. Linguistics.
Oh, dang. That's enough to like go shopping and get like a nice souvenir.
He kind of, I guess, would before he left Graves, he would kind of wonder what the plan was. I mean, because orders he was given was to primary objective of evacuate the team. Secondary objective, if possible, deal with the source of locating the source or stop the source of it. We've dealt with the primary objective. He's wondering what people in command are going to what they're going to want to do with the secondary objective.
Are you asking them that, or?
Yeah, that's kind of what he would want. It would phrase that to Graves in his way, very British, whatever his tonality. But basically, yeah, what's our plans for our secondary objective? Are we going back into the jungle to accomplish that, or we primary objective in leaving?
Yeah, if this conversation is still happening, like before we all get on the plane, Graves would respond with, primary objective is complete. It would seem our new team, temporary team most likely, in Team Corvidae are taking lead from here. If we can afford to, at a later date, come back to deal with the secondary objective, that is something I would like to not pass up. But for now, we follow their team lead. And if at all, I know he already did the linguistics, but if at all Edward conveys that he's going to go out into the town for shopping, to Graves,
he might mention in passing that he needs to pick something up, pick up a souvenir for his family.
Graves would, because he brought it with him, Graves would find the duffel bag that was previously in the Dragonfly airplane and pull out like a wad of cash and hand it to Edward.
Pesos!
That's funny. It's a good thing Abel forgot about that.
Mm-hmm. Oh, hey, actually, I should have removed it because if I remember, this duffel bag also has a pistol in it. I don't know what type of pistol, but I think it had a pistol and cash.
Yeah, no, it has, shoot, what is it called? It's a CZ-75, which is a pretty nice little pistol.
Alright, well, that will be taken out and put into Graves' empty holster.
Okay. Okay, so Amber and Sarah, you're going to disappear for a little bit and do something. Go ahead and roll linguistics, unless you speak Spanish. I don't think
Haha,
She
no,
does.
I don't.
She doesn't either. If
So
you
just
if you don't
rolling
have
linguistic.
if you don't have linguistics,
We do have our
roll-
earpiece that helps translate.
you have one, and Sarah doesn't have anything like
Yeah.
that.
Or the human translator named Morthos.
Yeah, do you wanna take more of
We
this?
also can use a translation app on the phone.
Yeah, that's fine. So you all want to go party a little bit?
Basically, whatever is they can find to help relieve some stress and gain some sanity. Because
I have
I'm
a
down to 2 sanity.
I have a question. Anytime that like someone uses like a phone translator and like the phone translator like grossly like messes up the dialect and the meaning like grammatically and stuff in the translation, does Morthos like grimace a little bit every time?
Always.
Do you do anything about it or just leave it?
I think he's too
Well,
nice to do anything about it.
I don't know, because I feel like if he offered help and someone said, "Oh, we can use an app on our phone," okay, I'll let the app do the talking.
I mean, I didn't think Morthos was going with us, but he is welcome to if he wants to.
That's what I was offering, because
Oh yeah,
He is-
if Morthos
he-
is offering, he is welcome to join.
he knows a great many languages.
Yeah, Morthos is welcome to join then.
Yay. I think, but in seriousness, like if someone insisted on using an app to translate, I think like the only time he would like interject is if it said like something really embarrassing.
That's yeah, for sure.
Yeah. It just made me think of the time where like my high school Spanish teacher was trying to tell someone that they were surprised and she said I'm pregnant. And everyone was like, "What?" It's like, yeah, he would be like, "No, they didn't mean that."
That's funny. Okay, so either Amber or Sarah Morthos, Amber or Morthos, tell me something that you want to have your characters all go do. That would be stress relieving enough to regain stress. Got an evening in Mexico. What do you want to do?
I don't even know what there is to do in Mexico.
Okay. You spend the evening kind of looking for stuff to do. Morthos, do you have anything that you'd want to try to take them out to do?
I mean, I'm just like, well, there's bound to be like a club or a bar or something somewhere, right?
Okay. You want to take him into a bar?
More so like a kind of like club, like something that's playing like music and there's
Okay.
dancing going on.
Okay. Yeah, Morthos.
Or I would say, I see messages as Fiesta.
Find an
Or
arcade.
maybe like if there's somewhere like advertising like salsa dance lessons
okay.
or something.
For sure. So Sarah and Amber are kind of like with Morthos kind of together, all going down. The sun's like setting, and the girls are just struggling to like they haven't seen each other in like years. They thought each other were dead. They just fought a bunch of zombies, and they don't speak Spanish. It's just like that is a very interesting situation to be in, and Morthos just finally kind of like grabs both of them by the arms and leads them into this club where there's a good beat, there's dancing, there's some lights, and Morthos opens the door with a girl on each arm and gets these looks from everybody, and then everybody just hits the dance floor. You can all take one stress back, one sanity. I think Morthos, you are full already, so you saved their butts a little bit for the evening.
I mean, I figured if we couldn't find anything, we'd try to find our arcade.
Fair enough. Dr. Desdemona, you arrive back at the plane. Jess and Tori are kind of just waiting. You have the body bag brought in, I presume. Probably Graves is going to help with that. Edward kind of makes his way after shopping a little bit. You're all back at the plane, and the others are going to, you text back that they're headed back later on. The question still remains. What is your next direction do you want to go?
Well, first of all, I imagine when he gets on the plane, it's like kind of where like the like 30, 40 MMs are stored. Just grabs those real quick. But did we have like have I heard anything back from like anybody on like
For
where exactly we're going?
Morthos mentioned something about what Amos had telepathically said. QB has accepted like your updates, but they haven't really issued out any orders besides the standing orders. So, not really.
Oh, Jess is also doing something fun to regain some sanity. It looks like.
Yeah, that is noted.
While waiting for orders, and when he finishes writing what he's writing and sends it out, Graves finally having a moment where he's not patching anyone else up, he will begin. He'll like take off his plate armor and his helmet, and he probably feels it in his ribs as finally he's looking over himself and feels the pain of leaping from the vehicle. And because he hasn't patched himself up at all yet, he's been healing everyone else. So he feels the pain, he winces, and he will begin wrapping himself with bandages and do a first aid on himself if possible.
Okay, I think self-healing, I believe, is at a -2, but I don't think that's going to matter with your roll.
Okay, well, I will put out a -2.
I'm in the plane with him, right? I could just assist, right?
Yeah, if you see him, he's like kind of gently taking off his shirt to be able to see over his ribs, make sure they're not cracked. You can go over if you want.
Yeah,
If
if I hear him like wince or like go to like start fixing himself, yeah, the doc will walk up and be all like, consider professional courtesy.
I patch you up, you patch me up.
Yep. So you're back to full.
Yes, I am.
Shortly after that's completed, Amber and Sarah and Morthos all kind of return. Sarah can't believe you guys are walking into a private jet. Yeah, and here we are.
Yeah, Graves is definitely feeling the luxury of a private jet too, because as you said, being primarily military before he entered QB, and even with QB, he's been mostly on cargo planes and stuff like that. So to be on a private jet with air conditioning where he can lounge back and just like close his eyes for a second, like after patching him up, the doctor would definitely see a look of like pure relief on Graves' face as he just leans back and just lounges for a couple minutes.
Speaking of luxury, can I have my designated seat on the plane have a built-in massager? If I have to spend a style point on it, I will.
Roll wealth plus.
Okay.
This would be an admin check, but your wealth is at a +6 instead because you already used wealth this session.
Because you're rich.
Adrian can. Oh, because it's part of the plane, can I not use my QB wealth? Because that would make it at a 5, so a 10. So it would be at an 8 instead.
If this is personal, then yeah, you wouldn't use the QB. I mean, no, because that's your salary too. That's just a different source of income.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you'd
exactly.
still be at +6.
An 8.
No,
it would be still.
Because your wealth is 4, right? With one of those is QB.
No, I thought it was 5 with QB. Let me check.
I think it's 4.
I look.
I don't think you have 5 yet.
I
You're
don't.
working towards 5.
Wealth rank 4, but I don't have QB in there as part of the wealth.
I think it's just included with it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure you have 3 personal that you've upgraded, and then you had the rank 1 from just working for Quantum Black.
I thought.
You increase that like any other skill?
It's a
Sadness.
resource, so it's 15 experience to increase a resource.
Oh,
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna add a note that one is QB then, because I was certain that.
I'm pretty sure you're 3 personal and 1 is your salary from QB, which is still personal income, which is probably why it's included together. But if you ever ceased to stop work or to work for QB, that 1 rank would go away.
So I have
Okay.
a question.
Mm-hmm.
It's like nighttime now, right? While we're on the plane.
Yeah.
I'm gonna roll drive because that has a 6. But that's
So-
gonna be it.
The doc seeing Morthos get back will lean over and be like, "Do you think now would be a really good time for a séance?"
It's always a good time for a seance.
That's going into notable quotes right now.
So if Morthos trying to like contact him, his like friend, is like ritual magic, like that attempt or whatever, I would like to assist essentially, as
Okay.
like, another Chanta.
So
Jess
Je-
is getting a massage.
Jess is in her massage chair. Tori is sitting across. Where does the Doctor and Morthos wish to do the seance? Here at the table?
Oh, hey, I actually spelled it right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Seance is an interesting word to spell.
Graves, the Doctor and Morthos begin to get out some materials. But Morthos, what does this look like?
It's more so like putting out a grimoire, for focus. Again, taking like the letter from Amos, for like that sympathetic link and all that jazz.
And Graves, are you wanting to be at the table when they're doing this?
Graves is gonna stay at the table. He suddenly like perks up. He probably still winces a little bit, but he kind of like puts his arms, resting on the table, looking at everything being put down, and he's just gonna ask with like a voice of curiosity. What is this? What are you doing here? Can you maybe describe? Walk me through all this. Towards Morthos.
So Morthos would look at him and be like, well, I'm trying to get in contact with a friend of mine, and he does the magic stuff like I do.
It's how
So I'm
Morthos
just-
makes a phone call.
Yeah. Yep, the old-fashioned way.
So this similar to what you did back at the runway? This different?
Yeah, similar but different. Instead of like focusing on something that's in front of me, I'm trying to reach out to somewhere unknown.
It's long distance.
Can anyone do this, or is it like, are you like, is this your thing? I had someone who similar to you in my old team, but I don't recall them doing anything like what you've done.
Not certain. I haven't known many other people that use magic. I know the person I'm trying to contact has contacted me this way. So, as far as I know, the two of us can do it.
Well, if you don't mind, I'll just sit here and watch over whatever this is. I'm pretty interested. And Graves is definitely taking like a note of interest. Like he's watching every step that Morthos takes with interest.
So, Morthos, you open your grimoire to the appropriate spell. Are you wanting to more scry on him or communicate?
Is this gonna end up being the cause of Amber's hearing voices?
So Morthos, are you wanting to like communicate, like talk to him, just like telepathy, or are you wanting to actually like scry on him?
I think I'll do the second thing, because, like, speaking to him, he just kind of was keen on repeating, like, the same things and not really giving more information willingly.
Okay. So you have a letter written by him, which is a sympathetic link. That adds a bonus to your spell. And if you're going to create this like a ritual to be able to scry, then you have to roll a certain amount of successes to achieve it. And for like the doctors wanting to assist you with it, you get a bonus for every other chanter or person assisting you that you get. So he would provide a +2 assist bonus for that.
So before they start, Amber would like poke her head out of the cockpit and asks, before you guys start that, is there anywhere you'd like me to take the plane?
In the air.
Well, I need directions of where we're going.
Up.
Somewhere in Guatemala.
Sorry, Jess is just not being helpful right now.
Or, you know, it'd be really cool. Like, okay, we've all watched Charmed, right? It's not some embarrassing thing I'm revealing right now, right? Like,
Oh no, Charmed was good.
Like where they would take like the crystal on the pendulum and like scry on like a map and have it like literally like
Yes.
land pinpoint on a location.
Okay, so for Morthos, so if you want to roll ritual magic, you'll get a +6 because you have a 4 on the letter written by him, and then a +2 from the doctor.
I clicked it and it just automatically rolled. So, like, it did not ask me for like modifier.
Sure.
Is your modifier prompt clicked?
It might not be. Just do you know how to just roll loose dice? You can just roll 6d6 or something. Actually, it caps out at 5. You just want to roll anything that you have 6 dice in.
Hold on, I think I found the modifier prompt thingy. So can I just like? Do you just want me to redo it?
You go really well. So. If you want,
wow!
Or just roll.
Yeah, I would say I don't have something that has.
Here.
Wait! My diplomacy has 6 in it.
Okay, just roll that for the style or for the bonus.
So Amber will go ahead and close the cockpit door. And
It's a really good roll.
Okay. I have to show you.
Starts the preparations.
Okay. Hold on a second. I have to do something because I wasn't expecting this. Okay, so the
rolls are fire.
The jet whines as Amber kind of eases it onto the runway, and you take off. The plane kind of leans back as your seance. You're kind of more like you're scrying on Amos, and your grimoire begins to open and float upwards on the table, just kind of hovering in place, and kind of the image of your friend, not as you remember him, but this guy kind of appears in where the grimoire's open pages are. He looks to be studying something. He's standing in maybe some sort of chapel, or there's a podium in front of him and a book is open and displayed, and he turns the page as you're watching him through the scrying spell, and the page is a very large book in front of him, almost maybe 2 feet tall. And as he turns the page, there's like an arm attached to it. And it turns to the next page, and whatever the writing is, it's like tattooed on human flesh. This book of the dead that he's reading. And the scrying spell is active. Like, you can just watch him as long as you want, but he's reading.
Can I get my camera out? Is he visible to me?
It's taking place on the book, the grimoire. So it's like Morthos, Ambrose, and Graves would be able to see, and Edward, if you're coming over, you could. But the book is kind of angled towards Morthos a little bit, and then the entire page is kind of replaced with this magical image of...
Tori, go take pictures of whatever he has. I have Tori go take photos of the book of the dead.
Is this while the plane is still climbing?
Yeah, you're flying the plane.
No, I'm saying, is he walking while the plane is still climbing?
No, that's true. You're gaining altitude, so like the seatbelt sign is on, and Tori like, are you sure?
I mean, he could slide back towards that area, you know.
No, I just think
Catch onto the seat.
Getting photos of this as the spell is happening would be useful. Just saying.
I think seeing this, Graves' immediate response is like a low under his breath. What the fuck?
Would that be a sanity check?
That is. Graves, Doctor, and Morthos, everybody roll sanity.
I'm gonna put a style point into this. No, I'm not, because he's I'm seeing this shit.
I have a very interesting question, Adrian.
Mm-hmm.
Would I get synergy from psychology?
Tell me why.
Mental discipline, like, knows, like, you know, what's happening to their, like, mental state of mind, so they're able to, like, you know, like, it's like knowing is like half the battle, right? So like, if you know you have like certain like things starting to happen to your brain, you can combat that mentally better than if you don't know what's happening.
I will not give you synergy, but I'll give you one less on the difficulty.
Can I make the same argument, since I also have psychology, and Graves has been spending this entire past day dealing with undead, and he's now looking at an undead dude flipping a book of the undead?
So basically, we got Michael Myers, yeah?
Alright,
Can they actually see the guy, or is it from his viewpoint?
So... yeah, Morthos can control that aspect of like where it is. It's like if Morthos wants to turn the camera around so it's behind him, he could. If he wants to be in front, it's like a 3D thing. So it's however Morthos wants to look at it. With that,
I imagine it would be
14.
like a
like
seeing kind of like above him in a way.
Yeah. It's like top down.
Yeah, but like initially, but then, you know, he would like look around in every which way.
Yeah.
If they're... Sorry.
Okay. So Morthos, you lose 1. Doctor, you lose 3. Jackson, you also lose 3.
Okay. Okay.
Gosh, this is not a combat situation. What I was thinking isn't gonna work. So, Graves, I think while this is happening, like, it was at first fascination, and then like the grimoire started to like lift off the ground, as it does when Morthos casts spells, and you've never, like, you're fascinated by this. It's not that until you see the image in the book kind of appear, and it's this. It's not so much that it's the undead looking person. so much as it's the book that he's looking at. It looks to be made from human skin, and like the page turners is like an arm, and as he's turning it, it's just, it's very gruesome, unsettling, and it freaks you out. What do you think Graves would do at this?
I think Graves would like audibly shout rather than whispered. He'd audibly shout, you know, what the fuck? And he would be backing up, and due to the plane, he'd probably end up flipping himself over the chair.
Okay.
Isn't he buckled? Is he not buckled in?
He would definitely go to unbuckle himself and then like back up as far as he can.
Graves falling on him would probably wake him up from his nap.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, this is an aisle.
Oh, there's yeah.
I think it's still probably between the plane climbing and like Graves shouting and like falling over. Yeah, Edward, you wake up. Morthos,
I just want to roll something for myself real quick. Okay. That roll was for me to see if Graves, because he didn't put his armor back on, that was just to see if Graves landed on his wounded side of his stomach and his ribs.
So, I have a question. So, since I didn't completely lose my mind, and seeing Graves start to, like, panic, could I, like, grab one of my stems and, like, reach over the table and, like, try and poke him with it?
Both of you roll initiative, and we'll see who's faster with your reaction to climb over for him to like climb over and retreat.
That is true, because you could get him while he's still like buckled in.
Yeah.
3.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're climbing over, Doc. You kind of stop doing anything with the spell. Luckily, Morthos is incredibly in tune with this. None of this is phasing him at all. You do, if you want to inject Graves with a stim, you can.
Okay. Yeah, I will give him one of the like Satan stims to kind of like mentally calm him back down.
Insanity. So Graves, you are injected. You are not conscious of that fact, and you continue. You do jump over the stim, not bump into Edward. Anyways, a stim brings you a +1, and on the other side, you just start to convulse a little bit at the back of Edward's chair. You're still shaking and kind of, what did I just see? And like you're just broken a little bit.
Yeah.
And that is why Amber closed the cockpit door.
I was thinking that was a good idea.
Edward.
Edward would wake up with that, like, what's going on? We under attack?
Yeah.
Hand on the pistol, but it doesn't find anything. But like hands on the pistol, kind of wondering what's going on.
I think at this, Tori would probably do a chest cast and get up and try. And at this point, maybe the plane's starting to like level a little bit.
It's probably been long enough.
Keep your guns away, Edward. Please do not shoot that in here.
Oh, he puts it away. But like, what? And look around and look back. What's wrong with Graves?
Okay, quick question, Adrian. Could I see? Because the reason I was telling Tori to do that was because I was assuming I could see this. I was thinking like hologram type thing, but
no, it's like on the page. Yeah.
So I wouldn't actually see the guy flipping in a book.
No, you can tell that there's like an image in the book. I don't think you'd be able to really decipher the same level of detail.
Okay, because I was wondering if there's like a book, having pictures of the pages would be a good idea.
Yeah,
but
I know.
I don't know if I would know that.
Tori is kind of, you told him to go try to see what's going on, but also Graves is right there. I think he'd probably check Graves first.
Yeah.
So he'll crouch down.
I think Graves after seeing that, he's probably just, muttering himself. Yeah, like, just like, what the fuck is that? Like, over and over again. Like, fuck.
Tori is going to put 3 style points. I don't know. How many style points should Tori use, Becca?
For insane?
To
for sanity?
Try to help Graves.
For I don't know what you're asking
So
specifically.
he
Like,
won't use any style then to try to stop Graves from being crazy.
oh, maybe one. Like, hey guy, calm down. Don't mess up Jess's plane.
Same. Roll your insanity check, Graves.
My sanity, okay.
Okay. He is pretty much able to stop you from like snap out of it, man. Come on, now's not the place for this.
I think if like Tori like goes and like touches Graves, I think Graves' immediate reaction would like to reach for his boot knife, but realizing that it's not there. Like he feels a sudden touch on his like shoulder or whatever, he like instinctually reaches for the boot knife, which he left back at the village, and then he hears Tori's words, and he's just like heavy breathing as he comes back down.
Yeah, he's gonna like shake you a little. You can resume back to 1 from that.
Tori would escort you to the seat across from Edward, so you're not by the, well, you know, the doctor and Morthos. You're not by them.
Probably, yeah.
Bloody hell! Less than 24 hours in Mexico, and we've seen zombies and craziness. Now taking off on a plane. It's like, what does it take for a bloke to get a nip in?
So, what's the likelihood that your friend Amos is still alive?
Well, shifting back over, while this is all going on, Morthos, you've got the scrying spell active on him. What do you want to do?
I want to take like a closer look at the book for a moment, but then also like I want to look around and see if I can figure out like where he's at, like anything that gives any indication of where he's located.
Sure. So roll a perception and an investigation.
Yeah.
2 separates.
Oh, perceptions. Oh, the one that's up here. Okay. I'm gonna throw 2 style points into this perception.
Okay. Okay. So.
And then the investigation.
Okay. So for the perception, reading over the book, what languages do you actually speak?
Yes. 1 second. Let me pull up
the
my
list?
Yes, I do.
Is it complete?
Yes.
Okay.
So, English, Latin, Code, Korean, German, Swedish, Spanish, Japanese, and Greek.
So those, are you doing the language lists, Adrian, or just
No,
individual?
It's individual. So linguistics, roll a linguistics check because you do not speak this language.
Oh no! By 10 languages. We have been proven useless. Okay, I'm gonna throw 2 points, 2 style into this one too.
Okay. It's not one that you speak or like necessarily read, but being the scholar that you are, it's Nahuatl, which is an ancient language from probably like was it 14th or 15th century. It is Aztecan, basically. And this book he's reading from, it is a spell that he's beginning to incant in the scrying, and you can see him actually like trying to cast this spell. You could roll a supernatural lore check. Actually, no, but make it a ritual magic check, because even they're not casting, it's what he's doing. Okay. You can tell that the spell is beginning to take effect as he's casting it, but you don't necessarily know what the words that he's means, and it's kind of, you'd have to try to like write it down and translate it, or something to that effect, or maybe the doctor can. He's standing kind of next to you. What is the doctor doing at this point?
Getting his phone out and recording, hopefully.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, like if he can like record and like get back to chanting for like whatever assist that Morthos might need. But yeah, trying to be helpful.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So Morthos, do you want to focus on like seeing the spot around, or focus on what the guy's doing?
I'm just gonna focus more on like looking around.
Okay. It looks like he's in a enclosed chamber. You can see it's very humid in here wherever he's at. There's a doorway we've made out of like carved stone. It looks very old. And there's like a glowing light out the door. You can kind of move the quote camera unquote around, but it seems very like bright down the hallway. It kind of blurs out.
The doc will ask Morthos like if there's any way that like maybe like either like I hate to use the concept of like zoom out like it's like satellite imaging or something, or like if he feels like I don't know, like a tug, since there's like some type of link that like something like pulling a direction like towards where this individual is at.
Yeah, with you rolled like 15, I think 14. I mean, he's in Guatemala. That's pretty much 100% where.
Okay,
You could
my
treat it kinda like
thinking
Go ahead.
is like best case scenario here. We go to Guatemala, and I just like trust the spidey senses. And we see if we can find him there. Like, we know he's in Guatemala. So maybe like if I'm closer, I can feel like that pull feeling is what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Is this with all of these, him having the book? Does he have a Book of the Dead? Because
Yes.
if he has the Book of the Dead, and all the zombies are trying to kill you, I feel like that's a sign that, bad guy. Just in general. Like, if you control something and that something is trying to kill you, the person controlling it is probably not a good guy. Just... How close are you with him? Just...
I was processing that for a second because I didn't put 2 and 2 together that like maybe he's the one responsible for the zombies.
So Morthos is like, oh, maybe.
So yeah, so Morthos would like be looking at her with the blank stare and like, I didn't think about it that way, but
Doctor,
that might be the case.
what is our mission at this point?
Well, okay, so if what we're all gathering is correct, this individual may or may not want Morthos dead. We know they are a bad individual, and they also possess very powerful relic that we want our individual or / occult expert Morthos to have.
Mm-hmm.
We go and we find this person. We know that they're not on our side. We don't give them the chance to kill us first. And we take the powerful relic. Or at least try. or
They-
destroy it if we have to. But
They also have potentially an army of zombies, which I'm not sure, like, what the communication level between, robot zombie and Book of Dead is. But if he got to you, was where we were a ley line or before? I don't know how those, telephone wire things work.
So, Morthos. But while people are talking to you, you see in the scrying, he outstretches his hand, and just kind of from somewhere on the floor, there's kind of a fissure kind of tears itself open, and something crawls out from the gap, and some sort of it's spawn or helding, something like that. This dark, ghoulish looking creature like pulls itself out and kind of kneels. And then Amos like flicks his wrist, and the thing like runs down the hall.
so, that's a horribly great idea, and I don't want to pitch it.
Sorry, Todd, you cut out.
I muted.
I think it was
Oh, okay.
redacted.
Got it. Redacted.
Morthos, with such a good roll, also you can keep the spell up as long kind of as you want.
Video evidence of the book, I think, is still useful. Whatever the heck was written in that book.
Can I roll a? I guess that would have to be supernatural lore, but I suck at that. Yeah, sure, supernatural lore to see if like he's in the midst of a spell right now.
You can kind of tell that, yeah, he's doing the incantation from one of the pages in the book.
I think the doctor, being the maleficent bastard he is, will look over at Morthos and ask Morthos if he thinks that it would be possible, while he's like already scrying on this person and has like visual content, like direct like knowledge of their exact existence on the planet, if it would be possible for him to like mess with his incantation, like as he's speaking, make him fumble a word just enough to break the thing, so that like whatever he's trying to like control right now, he like loses control over it for just a second.
I would imagine that's kind of possible, but then it would detract the focus that I have on like keeping the scry like up. So I don't know how well that would work.
It'd work better if you had a second spellcaster.
With the 14, you could just open up like a telepathic quick communication, send him a message, though that might distract him and make him aware of you.
That's
Okay.
the downside, is it making him aware of you.
Well, how would he know? How would he know it's me? No, he'd probably know.
I just imagine he's like mid like chant, and this all of a sudden like all around his mind, all he hears is "surprise, motherfucker!" And it's like, oh shit.
I just gotta imagine DBZ abridged type of thing with Nappa. Hey, Vegeta! I'm haunting you.
What do you want to do, Morthos?
Yeah, that's funny because I was like planning, like if you asked me just to be like, okay, what do you want to like yell telepathically to like distract him? I was just gonna be like, surprise.
Yeah, do you want to?
Yes.
Okay. Hold on. I need to see. What would this be? This would be... It wouldn't be con, it would be... Lars. Just roll supernatural, ritual magic again. I don't know, that doesn't feel right, because you already have the link. I think you could just do it, honestly. I'm not going to make your own performance.
Could I give an assist just to, like, I don't know, amplify the frequency or whatever?
Okay, so the thought I just had is putting songs into his head.
Well, what skill do you want to try to, like, assist with? Because I feel like the link's already there, so Morthos could just, like, say it, and then I can make him roll a supernatural or ritual magic to kind of maintain, or I could just narrate it.
I literally, like, what I'm thinking or picturing is Morthos goes into his head and just starts putting, like, song lyrics in his head. And just, like, he starts singing along to it or something.
That would end up having to be another type of spell, or it would be from Morthos speaking, like singing it. If he's just gonna say surprise or whatever,
Yeah.
then yeah. And
I did think about putting a song in his head, but then I figured like surprise would be less taxing.
yeah, because you want to maintain the scrying spell at the same time, right?
Yes.
I just imagine, if I just pictured, Morthos singing All Star, and Amber, like, if it's loud enough, Amber and Sarah up in the front just, like, looking at each other like, the hell's happening back there? Sounds like some kind of party.
So if Morthos is gonna just shout surprise, though, what it would be is the picture of Amos kind of like spins and looks around. It does look like he stops the spell, whatever he was doing. The book is like resting on a podium, so it doesn't fall or anything. But he like looks around, and then he looks up at your scrying camera.
Oh.
And then you see him actually say in the camera, Morthos?
Can you guys roll an empathy for that? I'm really curious.
Morthos, is that you? Are you here in Guatemala?
No, but I'm working on it. But I need to know where you are.
I am at... Let me see. I don't think I have it written down in front of me. 1 second.
That's probably why. It's not the character who didn't know where he was. It was Adrian.
Yeah, definitely. That is definitely me. I'm just outside of Volcan de Fugo. Morthos, listen to me. And he looks up into the camera. You must not get injured. You need to come save me. Can you see me? And he like looks down at himself and looks up back at the camera. Are you scrying?
Yes. I can see you.
Look at me. And like his face is all kind of almost like a mummy or like rotted. You can see I am cursed. You have to save me. Bring me the Wesen blood.
I'll do what I can. But I also need to know, why is it so important that I arrive unharmed?
You need to stay alive. There are so many undead around. There is the other Quantum Black team. The one that you work for, but not yours. The other one, in Mexico. I was trying to help them. There's a lot of undead. You have to stay safe, Morthos.
You know where the undead are coming from?
He pauses, and then he's going to... He sighs. No, but I'm trying to control them, Morthos. The Book of the Dead. Then he touches it behind him. I can control them. I can try. You can try too when you get here. Together, we can stop this. You can save me, Morthos.
How did you get cursed?
He touches the Book of the Dead behind him again. It's when I found the book, Morthos. I thought I was so lucky to make it this far. But it's cursed. Morthos, I don't have much time. Bring me the Wesen blood. And then he reaches up and the scrying spell ends.
Well, the blood he's talking about, is that the crocodile people?
I mean, we have that too. But it was genetically modified blood that the doctor had.
Oh, gotcha.
The jug of blood that's in Morthos' backpack.
Which, for some reason, he took off the plane when we didn't even need to.
I kind of forgot and then was like, oh, well, I didn't say anything, so I guess I'm stuck carrying this now.
It's probably been in the van the whole time, honestly.
Well, it's back in the plane now.
Yeah.
And Amber, you are flying the plane, and it's nighttime at this point. But as you're flying, you've flown out of Mexico and you're going over the mountains. You can see the forests and the cities and the Gulf of Mexico, and you're flying down towards Guatemala, and you see in just like a couple hours, it's probably not even midnight at this point, but you see the glow of the horizon as you start getting closer to Guatemala, and it's that unnatural glow that you do not see in the middle of the night, except for when there's a fiery volcano. Which is not like erupting, but you can see there's the glow and ash and smoke kind of billowing up from the mouth. And you break into airspace in Guatemala. And that is where we are going to end for tonight.
Did we ever get a location?
Yeah, he gave you the location.
Oh, okay.
So somebody should probably pass that up to Amber. Whether it be someone coming up to the front or using comms.
To do that. No, I'm just kidding.
I probably have a comm link to the front and would send that to you.
Yep. So, for experience, participation, danger, role-playing, I'm going to say wisdom and success because you saved the 2 team members that were still alive. That's 5 XP for this session.
Sweet.
And welcome to Guatemala.
Welcome to Guatemala.
More volcanoes, apparently.
Yes, it's over by the volcano.
Sarah's at 14 experience.
Just shy. Alright, well, thank you all for playing. I'm gonna end this recording, and I look forward to seeing you all next week.
Yeah.
Can
Definitely.
Jess and Tori XP share?
Probably not. What do you have in mind?
Well, see, I always have Tori carry my luggage, and I want to upgrade his body, and I feel like me giving him weights to carry, helps with that.
How much are you trying to borrow?
3. Is that too much? Wait, no, actually, I don't need to borrow any. No, sorry, my math was bad. I don't know what to do, actually. I need to upgrade Tori.
Well, everyone can look over their XP in the future. I'm going to end the recording, and we'll see you all in the next one.
Bye bye.